Hi everyone, welcome to episode 37 of Being Youthful. I'm Kim Biegler. I'm the owner of Ewethful Fiber Farm and Mill. And if you're joining us for the first time, welcome. I'm going to talk all about farm life, owning a fiber mill, making yarn for a living, all the things, owning animals, everything. And if you're returning, thank you. It's been 3 weeks. I don't think this has happened in the year plus that I have been doing the vlog. So I'm excited to be back with you all and to hear from you all again. So welcome. My dad came to town and he lives in North Carolina. So that's why it just didn't work out for me to do a vlog last week. And we had a good time. It was very busy and I think I'm still catching up on resting up a little bit, but we had a great time. One of the things we did, since we'll talk about what's gone on in the last 3 weeks, one of the things that we did was we went on a wool buy, because what happens when you come visit me, if I'm trying to take time off, I'm trying to also kind of be a little bit efficient. So I'm like, let's go somewhere and get some wool. So we went all the way to Kimberly, Oregon, which is actual Eastern Oregon. And when I say where it is, most people are like, huh? And I say Mitchell, Oregon, they may know. But it was about a 5-hour drive out to where we were buying wool from. Totally worth it. And we got to see some really cool stuff along the way. We saw the Painted Hills, we saw Sheep Rock. It's basically a giant geological site of Oregon where there's tons of fossils. Anyway, it's amazing. I have some pictures to share and a little clip of the Painted Hill. So I think I'll share that right as we go into the farm tour here in a minute. But amazing. It was super amazing. We also went to the McKenzie River for the day with some other family members, which was nice. One of my favorite parts of Oregon. And we got a lot done, man. The alpaca were shorn, so I've got some video of that. Don't worry about that. And what else? Other than that, I've just been working, now trying to catch up. And I've got tours coming up and all sorts of things. So, but we're back and I'm excited to be here. And I'll just, before we go on the farm tour, which we'll do in a second here, say hi to all the animals. Actually, we won't go straight on the farm tour. We'll talk about the animals, but I just want to remind you all to vote. Here in Oregon, we have an election coming up, and I know there are elections kind of sporadically over the next couple of months in most of the other states. So remember to vote, do your research, get out there and vote as if the right to control your body depended on it, right? Oh, maybe it does. Okay, so anyway, PSA done. Before I forget, next Saturday is our shop day, or this coming Saturday, I should say. Gosh, I think it's the 14th. It's a little different. I'm doing noon to 3, and then the following Saturday, I will also be here noon to 3. So there's 2 weekends this month that you can catch up and come and sit and knit or just shop. And then I probably won't do anything until Black Sheep Gathering, so which is the end of June. So hopefully I'll see some of you there. Okay, farm update. Okay, so the fiber farm. Let's see. Things have been a little bit busy. Like I said, we had alpaca shearing. I did get videos of that. And before I forget, I'm gonna explain just briefly. Some alpaca shearers stand the alpaca up and shear while they're up. Some lay them down and have their feet tied out, which is what ours does. Reasons: it's a little bit quicker and it's a little bit safer for everyone involved. Really, the animals don't have because alpaca, when their only defense other than spitting, which isn't that great of a defense, is kicking. And when an alpaca is unhappy, which majority of them don't love shearing day, this is kind of a safe way to make it efficient and safe for everybody. So I kind of precursor that the animals are not injured at all. They're not thrilled because alpacas in general don't love to be touched, much less have their fiber taken off. So they're not like thrilled, but it's what you have to do to keep them healthy and happy. And this one, 20-minute thing is just how it goes. So anyway, I just wanted to explain kind of how our alpaca are shorn. It's not how everybody does it, but it is just kind of one way of doing it. Not right nor wrong. I'm not going to get into that. It's just how our alpaca shirt does it, and we like him. It goes well. Madrona, I don't know. You may see her in the farm tour. Now that she's shorn, she's our red with a white belly mama. Her lymph nodes are pretty noticeable now that she's got all the fluff off. She's doing fine. We did find a little lump on her rump area, so maybe that's what's gotten things fired up. But her quality of life is good. She's eating, doing all the things. So she's just chugging along. So I'll show you some of that video in a minute. June, doing fantastic. She's adjusted to her new space. She's got Lakshmi and Cuddlebug to come and hang out with her and throughout the day, which I think she's neither here nor there about, but they like to eat her food. So, you know, I'm sure she doesn't mind the company. Our smallest bantam, so a bantam chicken is a very small chicken. Our smallest little bantam silky hen is sitting. And we just don't have great luck with sitting on eggs. So we're probably going to move her in the next day or two into the special coop where she'll be by herself, and then get some chicks in the next couple of days. So we'll see how that goes. She seems pretty serious. So I'm just gonna give her a few because she's tiny, but she'll be happy. What else? We took Roland, the lamb, to the vet to get his horn trimmed, and actually, as it turned out, A, he was a complete jerk, and B, the vet basically was able to pop it off. He was flipping out on me so much, and I basically had him pinned into the back of the Honda Element, and he was causing such a ruckus that she put the little item, it's just basically like the skinniest little wire that kind of saws off. But it got caught and the whole thing popped off, and it honestly looked on the inside like it wasn't even attached anymore, so it was kind of already dead. So that was easy peasy, other than the screaming that ensued in the car through the whole thing because he needed to let me know. And by the way, it turns out Roland is who escaped out onto the front outside of our property the other day. He did it again, this time while we were eating dinner, and a car was honking, and we're like, what the heck? Probably because my sheep's running down the street. So he came right back in. He actually we put him back in the other pasture that is kind of one of their temporary pastures. He immediately broke out of that. I'm like, oh my gosh. So it looks like we're going to have to put up a bit of like a hot wire fence to keep some of these wethers under wraps, because if they get out, they could get hit by a car pretty easily. And that's what we're gonna have to do. They'll basically, I know it sounds a little, but they basically, if they walk up to it, and it generally takes one sheep to walk up to the wire, get a zap, and then all the other sheep are like, oh, never mind, we're just gonna stay over here. So it's just something we have to do to keep them safe at this point. So be it. I think that's it. So I think I'm gonna cut to farm tour. I'll show you guys a little clip, I think, in here just with some pictures of where we were at out in Eastern Oregon. It's stunning. If you ever get the chance to go out there, I highly recommend it. And after that, we'll be back and we'll talk a little bit about what I've been working on. See you in a minute. It's time for the tour. And it's raining because I'm pretty sure it's never going to stop raining. But I wanted to show you quickly my wool stash. So if you've been watching for a while, you'll know that this is a lot. So this is all border luster. Let's see how beautiful it is. Just about every fleece up here is border luster. So this will be going into the Prineville yarn. And just about all of that. And then we can come around the corner and there's more Prineville yarn and a fake egg. So there's more Prineville yarn. And then the pile goes on, which was fairly under control until we had our animal shorn, our alpaca that is. But so there it is. There's a little more over there, and there's a little more in a trailer. But we're gonna have a pretty heavy skirting day here soon, so we'll get it under control. Okay, I'm gonna go get June's food ready because I got home late tonight, and I'm just gonna put her in since it's so rainy. So I'll be back in just a sec. Okay, we're out and about, and looks like all my sheep are in the right place, which is great. You can see Miss Elsie Mae is a little mud pit from being out all day. And it's kind of lightening up on the horizon, which is nice. So the sheep are in this pasture. I'm going to move them over tomorrow morning. If I'm brave enough, I'll get a little clip of it. If I remember, I've got to hustle out tomorrow, so we'll see. They're going to move back over here. And we did put up a chunk of, and when I say we, I mean Mitch, hot fencing that just gives them a little zap, basically to keep them in and keep them safe, because some of my wethers are just not cooperating. Hi guys. They don't love that they are in this little pasture. They think they're starving, but you can see ahead through the fence. I don't know if you can, but eating, of course, straw. Why wouldn't you eat straw? You guys. All right, we're gonna carry on for a minute. Elsie may be polite. Let's see, the chickens are hiding. The alpaca are out. But we're gonna go and put June in. All right. There's Lakshmi. Junebug, you ready for some food? She says, okay. You ready for some food? You ready? Come on, I got your dinner early. I've got dinner. It's like, okay, let's do it then. This is a good walking for June, so that's good. And we're gonna keep an eye. Hi, Lakshmi. It's like, no thanks. No thanks, she says. What are you doing? Caught her going to the bathroom. So did I caught her. All right, I'm gonna pull this down so the alpaca can come in the rest of the way. There's Cuddlebug. You can see he is not wet. And the girls are actually quite dry too, so they have a space to get out of the rain. Cuddlebug's gonna come and try to eat June's food. That's where he's beelining it to. Oh! So the fence is down, and you can see they immediately come inside because they also want to eat some hay, whatever's left that these guys didn't eat during the day. You can kind of see if I can walk through. You can kind of see that Madrona's, she's telling me, back off. All right, we're gonna go see the pigs now. Okay. Johnny! What are you doing, bud? we go get some shall we go get some dinner? Oh my goodness. Hi, Hanson. This guy has gotten to be so stinking friendly. So, we're going to go feed them so they can go to bed whenever they want, huh? Yeah. Shall we go feed you? Come on, Bubby. And I also, out of the picture, am carrying a dead bird in a scoop because it's springtime and that's what happens around here. Some of the babies don't quite make it very far. So you ready? Come on, let's go get dinner. Let's go get dinner, Handsome. Come on. I'll try not to fall. I know, we're so excited. They're gonna bypass me, which doesn't say a whole lot for my skills. Okay, I'll see you guys in a sec. Okay, the boys are eating, so we're coming into, it's about 6 o'clock. Lots of the birds are going to sleep. They're everywhere. It's really pretty early, but it's not that nice of a day, so I'd go to sleep too if I could. And we're gonna check in down here. There's Mama sitting pretty, and I'm gonna pick her up when I have 2 free hands. Here's 1 egg, missing egg, so I'm gonna pick her up when I have 2 hands and just see how many extra eggs are underneath her. And we're gonna move her to another spot tonight where she can have babies. Okay, see you in a sec. Okay guys, we'll end it at the sheep. I gave them a little hay just to quiet them down. Even though they have plenty, they don't think so. So everybody's just mowing down on a little bit. Not gracefully always, just mounds. Hi Oats. That's Moira. Okay guys, I'll see you in a minute. See how nice and quiet they are though? Okay, I hope that was fun and you enjoyed seeing some parts of Oregon that you may not have seen before. So, yay. Before I forgot, grass seed farm update. I don't know if I'm gonna have time to get out to see the trees, and if not, I promise I will do it next time because they actually are budding and there's little baby leaves coming in on them. So I want to try to get out, and I will try, but if I don't, I have a picture, so I'll show you. When I went last week over to where the trees are, I took a picture of one of the little buds starting to pop on one of the trees. Almost all, I think Wade, my father-in-law, said all but one tree so far has a bud of some sort, so that is very exciting. And otherwise, the guys are setting up irrigation and getting ready, desperately waiting for rain to abate so that they can plant our bent grass, which we are growing lots of this year. is kind of a specialty grass that we grow among the other grasses, and it is it's primarily, well, it is used for golf course grass, for the tees and greens on golf courses. So this is kind of one of the, like I said, a specialty grass that we grow. It is like a baby grass. It needs so much tending to, needs lots of water. So luckily it's been raining a lot, which is great. We're just waiting for it to be dry enough to plant. So in the meantime, they're getting all the irrigation lines up and staying busy. And if I have a chance, I will put a video of the trees, but there's a very good chance I won't, and it'll have to wait till next time, so that's okay. Okay, works in progress. I don't have that much here, guys. I'm gonna be honest, because my dad was here and I just didn't have that much time to sit and knit, but I'll show you some updates. So, my hat. Remember this? So this is basically 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, I'm at where I'm going to start decreasing. It's so cute. And this is a tin can knits pattern. This is using our Jacob yarn. And like I said before, I wouldn't usually have used such a dark yarn, but I think it turned out so pretty with the pattern. So I'm excited. So that's almost done. Next time I see you, done. Other work in progress. My socks, which I made some progress on. I made some progress. Now keep in mind I'm doing 2 at a time, so the progress goes slower, but here we are. Push them together a little bit. Here we are, and you can see I am working on the heels here. So we're getting there. I think I actually have like 1 more row, and then we'll start our turning. So this is another tin can knits pattern, because I don't know what happened, but I'm just tin can knitting it out. So there's that, and I'll have the patterns in the links in the show notes, so you can grab them there in case you didn't see last time. Okay, 1 more finished thing. So I started spinning. This is hand spun. This is one of my lamb fleeces, and it's his 6-month lamb fleece. If you got it, if you got some of Patrick, holy cow, guys, start spinning that sucker now, because you are not going to be disappointed. I think I managed to save about 11, I don't know if that's right. I saved a little bit for myself. Look at it. I mean, you can see it's got like a shine to it, and it is heavenly next to skin. It's this gorgeous light gray color. Anyway, so that's hand spun. I'm keeping it. I'm sorry, I have to keep it. And I have a little bit, I have probably another skein worth that I have to ply off my bobbin still. So that's kind of what I've been working on, basically just dreaming of this. Okay, I'm gonna do a little wool talk, except that it's Pygora talk. I said I was gonna do this like a month or 2 months ago, and now I'm gonna finally do it. So let's talk a little bit about Pygora goats. You're like, what is Pygora? Pygora is a goat. So Cuddlebug, who you see in the farm tour, and he'll show up again here because I have a little video to show you guys of him, just the fiber on him. But Cuddlebug is a Pygora goat. So Pygora is considered a luxury fiber. The breed was actually started here in Oregon not too long ago, in the 80s, I believe, and you can find out lots of information at the Pygora Breeders Association website, and I will link to that. I think Pygoras are a lot more, we kind of know them more here on the West Coast because they did start in Oregon. I don't know that they have traveled as much, but if you haven't heard of Pygora, now you will. So they started breeding them here in Oregon in the 80s. They are a cross of a pygmy goat. So pygmies are small little chunkers, super cute. They have a soft, short, downy fiber. So they cross those with Angora mohair goats, are what we know them as. And those have kind of the long, silky fibers. So they cross those two, voila, here comes the Pygora goat. So there's different classes of Pygora goats. A, B, and C, easy enough, right? So the C is gonna be closer to cashmere. That's the easiest way to remember it. It's kind of gonna be the finest, most luxurious of the Pygoras. B is kind of a mohair cashmere blend, and then A is gonna be closer to mohair. So Cuddlebug, I would say, is an A type. You, depending, could get away with not dehairing. Here's another word, dehairing. What the heck is that? So most Pygora should be dehaired because they get guard hairs in it. So dehairing fiber is simply taking out the guard hairs and the coarser hairs out of fibers, and you get left with the luxurious, beautiful, beautiful stuff. And cashmere is always dehaired. Kiviot is dehaired. Alpaca can be dehaired. Anything that has a coarser hair-like fiber to it can be dehaired. Technically, you could dehair an Icelandic sheep fleece, right? You're gonna save that downy, and the coarser stuff's gonna drop out. That's kind of part of the beautiful part of Icelandic. But okay, so A, B, C. Cuddlebug is A. I don't have B and C, but you could certainly look them up online. Or if you were buying some and you wanted to get, the more luxurious stuff, you could get B and C. If you wanted to buy some but potentially not have to dehair it, then going for A is going to be your best bet. How to dehair? You can do it by hand. You would have to be the most patient person in the whole wide world, but I know it's been done. It's not me. I'm not that person. Dehairing machines exist. And so you can find a mill that does do dehairing. So now I used to have a dehairing machine. I sold it to another mill. So now I've got to find somebody to dehair Cuddlebug for me. So I've got to get on the list somewhere to have Cuddlebug dehaired. I probably could get away with not dehairing him, but it's better dehaired. So I'm just going to show you. I brought one of his fleeces, so I thought I would show you just what it looks like when it comes off of him in raw form. This is how we look. And you can see there's the little ringlets at the end here. So Pygoras are generally shorn twice a year because they will start to shed and then they will start to felt on. It'll start to felt on them. So you generally would, here's a nice big chunky lock. See, look at those beautiful curls that you can see on him. So you dehair spring and fall basically, which works out because most of my sheep I shear twice. And you can see as I open it up, it is so pretty. This isn't washed yet. But Pygora it's very soft, it's very lustrous, and it will give a very bloomy effect, similar to Angora rabbit. What else can I tell you? Dehaired. Let me show you something dehaired. Let me show you a little bit of Cuddlebug. I should have dehaired Cuddlebug all before he left me, but I didn't. So this is Cuddlebug dehaired. Wow, that's such a difference, right? And there's still a guard hair here or two, but not too bad. Do you see how lustrous and beautiful? And it's so soft, so different. Let me pull chunk back out here for you guys so you can see how different it is. So it's totally picked out, ready to be blended. And I have blended, of course, a lot with Shetland with this. And I wanted to show you guys this because if you get these salad containers, trying not to do single-use plastics is hard, right? So the salad containers, baby spinach, they are a great way to hold fibers like this, or if you have a bunch of Angora or anything like that. A Pygora person actually told me this. It's a great way to keep, and it keeps, for the most part, you're gonna keep any moths or anything like that out. So if you need to use, if you just have small bits of wool or rovings, you could chomp them in there too. Okay, so a yarn. So I have one skein. And guess what our giveaway is, guys? Guess what it is? One skein of Shetland Pygora that I dyed up. And it is 80-20, so this is 80% Shetland, straight from my farm, 20% Pygora. It's so beautiful. And you can see how lovely it takes on color. It is going to be next to skin. This is 250 yards. Giveaway by next Tuesday, end of day. Tell me if you'd ever heard of Pygora goats before. Tell me anything, but I'd love to hear if you have heard where you are and if you've heard of Pygora goats. Like I said, I think it's a pretty hot thing more here on the West Coast because that's where they came from, so they, But here's your giveaway. By next Tuesday, end of day, I'll pick a window randomly. Okay, so that's a little bit about Pygoras. And I'm gonna show you a little video here before we go on to the next thing. Feel free to comment any questions you have about them. I'm trying to make sure I got everything. I think I kind of talked about everything I wanted. We're gonna let Cuddlebug take the scene for a minute, and then I'll be back and we'll talk about what's going on at the mill. All right, for some reason Cuddlebug is just hanging out, waiting. So I thought while he's here, of course now he's gonna run, that I would show you his fleece, and he's probably about a month out from getting shorn. And you can see he's kind of, and he's older. I'm gonna say he's about 10. And then he's got these nice ringlets up here. And if I break into his, he's not gonna stand still anymore. Let me take a peek. So all in here, down his back is a lot more guard hair. You can see, hi bud. And I've got a fleece of his we'll look at up top. But he technically could not be dehaired, and I could get away with it, especially if I pulled out that middle back part before. But he's like, don't mess with me. You can see kind of all the way down into his fleece there. Sorry, June's in the background, and you can kind of see there. That's perfect. Guard hairs. Most of his guard hairs run down his back. So if I get this off. All right, Cuddlebug. Thank you. He's like, give me a scratch for being polite. He's waiting for June to finish eating. Okay, see you in a minute. Okay, Cuddlebug. I love him, and sometimes he just drives me up a wall because he's always getting into the wrong food, sneaking. He knows, and he does it to Mitch now too. If I feed June and I'm like, oh, Cuddlebug's far away, he waits until I leave and knows that I'll be gone. I swear to God, he knows I'll be gone for a few minutes, and then he just flies down. He flies into June's space and starts eating her kibble. And Mitch was like, he never does that to me. He did it to him recently. So, Cuddlebug. Okay, so what's going on at the mill? So we went on this wool buy. I got a lot of wool. So I was almost out of border luster, which is what I used for the Primeville yarn. And it was time. So Eastern Oregon we went. So Rob and Liz are who I bought these from. They're out in Kimberly, Oregon, and they do sheepdog. They have sheepdog. They're heavily, I think, involved in the sheepdog training. And they sent a picture of me with their dogs. Cricket was one of the dogs. I cannot remember the other dog's name, but I will put it here. Super nice. We just got to meet Rob. He was great and very helpful, and sold me some beautiful wool. So if you are looking for border luster wool, I believe they also have Rommeldale's. It's stunning. And that's a great place to buy wool. I'm going to put in the show notes ways to contact them or to find them on Instagram. So that is something you can do. But I bought lots of border luster. You're going to see it in the farm tour. I'm going to show you my skirting table because it's terrifying. It's that time of year where it gets terrifying. And after this, I think, not in this video, but in the next video, sorry, something's going to go by here. In our next vlog, I will do some serious skirting videos so that you can really be along with me on the ride of skirting and hopefully pick up some good details about skirting so you feel a little more confident buying wool, because I know it's getting into that season where we can buy fleeces. So I'm working on Fiber Club. It's going out the door currently as we speak, so you guys will see that in the next vlog. And I was away for a week basically, so I didn't get a ton done, but I wanted to show you, if you didn't get a chance to watch the short episode, the mini-sode I did recently, a couple things that were in it. One is the mystery yarn that I was talking about in the last episode. It's a super bulky single ply beauty. So there's a few of these left. If you have any interest, get on there. Okay, also on that video was, and I didn't really get to show it in all its glory, but this is a merino merino is like 75% merino with a little bit of blue face luster and a little bit of border luster cross in it, natural white, obviously next to skin and beautiful. The tiniest bit, I mean, you can see there's like a bit of EM here and there, but I think it's gonna spin up beautifully. So there's still some of this left if you have interest there also. I restocked some of the Halsey yarn, so get it. And I think I restocked some fiber also. So there's a little bit more white in stock, and I'll be getting ready to do more and more as I prep for Black Sheep Gathering at the end of June. I also did a little dyeing. So we have a new color in the Halsey, and I think I called this Please, Perry Please, Perry Please. Stop it. Oh my goodness. And most of the Halsey colors are, if they have been dyed, I do them in kind of a tonal. So they're not solid. And just look at this. Oh my gosh. So anyway, there is a new color. There's some other. There you go. Like I've said before, if you see something and it says I'm out, feel free to message me, email me, whatever, because a lot of times I can make some more, I'm getting ready to make more, or I can dye more. So the joys of being able to make the yarn myself, right? I think that might be it, guys. So I think we're gonna cut to a couple mill videos, and then I'll come back to say goodbye. See you guys in just a minute. Okay, I think we covered it all. So until next time, thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to comment to get into the giveaway for that beautiful one-of-a-kind, who knows when I'll make it again, yarn. And don't forget to vote. If voting is coming up in your area, whatever it is, it's important to vote, right? Do your research and get out there. And be kind to your neighbors. Stay healthy and make so many pretty things. Until I see you next time. Thank you, guys.